Destiny's Child wasn't just another girl band, they were a movement. Their harmonies, stage presence, and attitude were unparalleled during the late 1990s and early 2000s. But behind the scenes, the ride was filled with triumph, drama, and controversy. From their beginning as a band known for rock to their shocking lineup changes and lawsuits, Destiny's Child song is an irresistible story of the band's untold history. Houston, Texas was the birthplace of a group consisting of young girls with great aspirations and voices. The group that was previously referred to as Destiny's Child was originally known as Girls' Time, which included Beyonce Knowles, Kelly Rowland, Latavia Robertson, Tamar Davis, and Nikki and Nina Taylor. They were aspiring to enter the music industry by performing at talent shows.
He's the reason why I got a smile on my face.
Matthew Knowles, the father of Beyonce, intervened and changed everything. This was a turning point. Matthew was not just a manager, but also possessed visionary qualities. The group seemed exceptional to him, and he decided that his focus should be on their success. How serious was he? He abandoned his lucrative career to handle them on a full-time basis. His rigorous training, high standards, and ability made him a mastermind to some, but others thought he was excessively controlling. Why? Regardless of one's feelings towards him, his legacy was undeniable. By 1997, the group had reduced to 4 members and also signed a major contract with Columbia Records. In the same year, they were bestowed the name Destiny's Child, taking inspiration from a Bible passage. The release of their first album, Destiny's Child, in 1998 marked a new chapter in their journey. The likes of Wyclef Jean's No 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 and others gained traction, but their breakthrough was still being made.
So how do you feel now that you have your big debut out and No 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 is riding high?
A blessing. We know that there's millions and millions of groups out there that can sing, that have talent, and we're just really grateful that we have the opportunity to be out and show ourselves.
Then came The Writings on the Wall in 1999, and everything changed. This album wasn't just music, it was anthems, attitude, and empowerment wrapped in unforgettable beats. Bills, Bills, Bills called out men who expected women to fund their lifestyles. Jumpin' Jumpin' became the ultimate party anthem. And Say My Name, that was the song that made them legends. A tale of suspicion and infidelity, it struck a chord with fans everywhere. The album sold millions, dominated the charts, and suddenly, Destiny's Child wasn't just an R&B group. They were global superstars. Their sound, style, and confidence set them apart, and this was only the beginning. What came next? Even more success, lineup changes, and a frontwoman who would go on to define pop music for decades. But at this moment, Destiny's Child had arrived, and the world was paying attention. As Destiny's Child climbed the charts, so did tensions behind the scenes. Whispers spread that Matthew Knowles, the group's manager and Beyonce's father, was playing favorites. Beyonce and Kelly got the spotlight, while Latavia and Latoya felt increasingly sidelined. Frustrated, they made a bold move. Without informing Matthew, they secretly looked for new management, hoping to take control of their careers. But when Matthew found out, things escalated fast. Then came the moment that stunned fans. The Say My Name music video dropped and something felt off. Latavia and Latoya were nowhere in sight. Instead, 2 unfamiliar faces, Michelle Williams and Farrah Franklin, had taken their places. Fans were confused. Was this a temporary change? Were these backup singers? It wasn't until later that people realized Latavia and Latoya had been quietly removed from the group. The sudden switch-up sparked controversy, and naturally, legal action followed. Latavia and Latoya sued Matthew Knowles and Destiny's Child, claiming they were unfairly dismissed. As the lawsuit played out in the background, the group tried to move forward with its new lineup, but the drama, it was far from over. Just months after joining, Farrah Franklin made an abrupt exit, bringing more chaos to Destiny's Child. Officially, she cited personal reasons, but rumors swirled that she struggled with the group's intense schedule. Destiny's Child was now a trio, Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle, and they had no choice but to keep going. Despite the turbulence, the revamped lineup proved unstoppable. They dropped hit after hit, cementing themselves as one of the biggest girl groups of all time. But even as they reached new heights, the controversy over Latavia and Latoya's departure never fully faded. Years later, the former members opened up about their experiences, sharing how blindsided they felt by the sudden change.
It's not a dispute with Beyonce and Kelly.
At all.
We didn't have any arguments. Latoya and I, we never quit the group.
Never quit.
We never quit.
Never left, never even said anything about quitting.
It was a turning point in Destiny's Child's story, one that shaped their legacy forever. The drama, lawsuits, and unexpected exits could have broken them, but instead, they pushed through and became music icons. Still, for longtime fans, the Say My Name switch-up remains one of the most shocking moments in pop music history. Farrah Franklin, one of the 2 new members, barely lasted 5 months in Destiny's Child. Reports claim she missed rehearsals and wasn't fully committed, but she later said she felt mistreated and overwhelmed by industry pressure. Whatever the real story, she was gone almost as fast as she arrived. And just like that, Destiny's Child was officially down to 3, Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle. With all the drama behind them, the trio embraced their new identity. In 2001, they dropped Survivor, an album that felt like a direct response to everything they'd been through. The title track was all about resilience, but let's be real. The lyrics seemed like a not-so-subtle message to former members Latavia and Latoya. Lines like, "You thought that I'd be weak without you, but I'm stronger," didn't go unnoticed. Some fans felt it was a little too personal. But controversy or not, Survivor was a massive success. Tracks like Bootylicious and Emotion kept their momentum going, cementing them as one of the biggest groups in music. By now, Destiny's Child was a global phenomenon, but something was shifting. The trio started branching out into solo projects, and rumors of a breakup began swirling. Then in 2002, they announced a temporary hiatus. Fans were skeptical. Was this really a break or the beginning of the end? Beyonce was already making major moves. Her debut solo album, Dangerously in Love, 2003, exploded onto the charts with hits like Crazy in Love and Baby Boy. It was clear she was headed for superstardom. Kelly Rowland also made waves with Dilemma, her duet with Nelly, which dominated the charts for weeks. Meanwhile, Michelle Williams leaned into gospel music, releasing successful solo albums in her genre. Still, the trio had unfinished business. In 2004, they reunited for Destiny Fulfilled, an album that felt more mature and introspective. Songs like Lose My Breath and Cater to You showcased their evolution, not just as artists, but as women. While the album performed well, it carried a certain finality. To give their fans a proper goodbye, they embarked on a farewell tour, delivering electrifying performances one last time. Destiny's Child had ruled the charts, shaped a generation, and set the stage for future girl groups. And while their time as a group ended, Destiny's Child may have gone their separate ways, but their legacy? That's forever. Beyonce skyrocketed to global superstardom, breaking records and redefining what it means to be an icon. Albums like B-Day and I Am Sasha Fierce cemented her place among music's greatest. Kelly Rowland built an impressive solo career, releasing multiple albums and even becoming a judge on The X Factor. Meanwhile, Michelle Williams found success in gospel music and musical theater, proving her versatility beyond the pop world. But Destiny's Child never truly disappeared. Every now and then, they remind fans why they were one of the most legendary girl groups of all time. In 2013, they reunited at the Super Bowl halftime show, delivering a show-stopping performance. Then in 2018, they set the Coachella stage on fire, giving the world another taste of their magic. Even today, their influence is everywhere. From vocal arrangements to girl power anthems, their impact can be heard in modern artists who grew up idolizing them. Girl groups still draw inspiration from their harmonies, their style, and their ability to command the stage like no other. Now, the million-dollar question: will Destiny's Child ever make a full comeback? Fans have been asking for years, and the answer remains a mystery. The members have stayed close, and they've never shut the door on the possibility of new music. Maybe one day the stars will align and we'll see them take the world by storm once again. But whether or not they return, one thing is certain: Destiny's Child's impact is unshakable. They changed the game, set new standards, and left behind a legacy that will inspire generations to come. So, what do you think? Will Destiny's Child ever reunite for a full album? Let us know in the comments, and if there's any artist or group you'd like us to cover next, drop their name below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.